Job laments his birth. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. This is when Job takes a turn. So far, for the most part, Job has held very strong. He's held fast to everything. He's yet to be negative. He's yet to talk down. He's yet to curse anything really at all. This is where we go over the edge a tiny bit. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. Job said, "Let the day perish on which I was born, and the night that said, a man is conceived. Let that day be darkness. May God above not seek it, nor light shine upon it. Let gloom and deep darkness claim it. Let clouds dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. That night let thick darkness seize it. Let it not rejoice among the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Behold, let that night be barren. Let no joyful cry enter it. Let those curse it who curse the day, who are ready to rouse up Leviathan." Leviathan, scary sea monster. I want to talk about this at some point, but not tonight. We'll come back to Leviathan, though, at some point. "Let the stars of its dawn be dark. Let it hope for light, but have none. Nor see the eyelids of the morning, because it did not shut the doors on my mother's womb." Poetically beautiful, if you think about it, but also wildly sad. "Nor hide trouble from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth, come out from the womb and expire? Why did the knees receive me? Or why did the breast that I should nurse? For then I would have lain down and been quiet. I would have slept, then I would have been at rest." Sleep is obviously reference to death in a lot of the Old Testament and definitely the New Testament. "With kings and counselors of the earth who rebuilt ruins for themselves. Or with princes who had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or why was I not hidden, stillborn child, as infants who never see the light? There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary are at rest. There the prisoners are at ease together. They hear not the voice of the taskmaster. The small and great are there, and the slave is free from his master. This is the great equalizer as death. The small and the great, the slave is free from the master. Death being the great equalizer. Why is light given to him who is in misery, and life to the bitter in soul? Who long for death, but it comes not, and dig for it more than for hidden treasures, who rejoice exceedingly and are glad when they find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hidden? From God has hedged, whom God has hedged it. For my sighing comes instead of my bread, and my groanings are poured out like water. For the thing that I fear comes upon me, and what I dread befalls me. I am not at ease, nor am I quiet. I have no rest, but trouble comes." Terribly, terribly depressing. The hidden treasures. It's the extension of the metaphor of darkness and death to hiddenness, and introduces the theme that takes on a greater weight later in the story in 28. This becomes a theme, this hiddenness, the hidden treasure. Then he said it in 23, "Why is light given to a man whose way is hidden from God?" I'm sorry, I don't have glasses on. I'm sorry, I'm having a real hard time reading today. "Whom God has hedged in." Job feels like God has surrounded, and this is a reference to earlier too, but has surrounded him with suffering and nothing but problems. He feels this is God doing it, which he said so much earlier when his wife said, "Curse God and die, Job." He said, how could we take the good that God gives us without taking the evil as well? So Job attributed and attributes the evil to God. Job is not sitting here like aware that he's being attacked by Satan. We have no reason to believe that. We have every reason to think that Job thinks that God is doing everything that is happening, which is why he's defending God. God can do whatever he wants. Naked I came, naked shall I return. The Lord gives, the Lord takes away. Curse God and die, Job. No, we can take the good, then we can take the evil too. You foolish woman. Job fully thinks that this is God doing everything to him. So the phrasing here in 23 is it's an ironic twist of the Satan figure's words back in chapter 1:10, where he accuses God of putting a wall of protection around Job. Satan said, "You put a hedge of protection around Job. Remove it, reach out your hand, and Job will curse you to your face." And so far, he's been wrong. But this is when Job is very quickly turning, and we're losing him. So next week, we have the friends coming in, being awful friends, terrible friends. And then we'll do 5 and we'll do 6. So we'll do another 3 next week.